Germany invites the UK to reach an improved Brexit trade deal. Doesn't sound right, does it? I'm going to read into this more from The Guardian, guys. Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is REGANELITE here with an article from The Guardian with the headline that Germany invites the UK to reach an improved Brexit trade deal. The finance minister offers standing invitation to intensify your trade relationship to the EU. Now, straight off the bat, this feels a bit of a... Well, we had a video a while ago, didn't we, about the EU basically telling the European Union, telling EU countries to ignore the British government, and we have the finance minister here of Germany offering some kind of invitation to intensify trade relationships with the EU. Now, before we even read this, I think it's very important to clarify that this isn't a invitation to rejoin the EU single market or the European Union. I think we need to stress that. But perhaps what we're going to be reading is about how he wants to bring closer alignment, bring a closer relationship between the two nations for the benefit not just of the UK but of the EU as well. It won't be as significant to the EU, but it will still be a benefit to them. And that's kind of how I think he is situating this position. At least that's my take on this, just from the headline itself. So, the German finance minister has issued an open invitation to the UK to reach a new deal to improve Brexit's trading relations that would reduce trade barriers and obstacles in daily business life. Christian Lindner told the BBC, "This is a standing invitation for the UK. If you want to intensify your trade relationship to the EU, call us. We really appreciate the United Kingdom and its values, its people, and I would really appreciate if we can intensify the trade relationship again." His comments will come as a surprise to the European Commission Vice President Maroš Šefčovič, who negotiated the Brexit trade deal, and they threw the door open to the Labour leader Keir Starmer, who said that he will seek a much better relationship with the EU if he wins the next general election. He has stated, so Keir Starmer, and has been, if you haven't already seen that, Keir Starmer doesn't want to. Has made it clear publicly that he does not want to join the single market or rejoin the EU, but he does want us to have a closer alignment with the EU as opposed to differing away from it. And they are the standard bearer, the European Union, when it comes to that. So we do want to keep up with them. That is for sure. Šefčovič has insisted the Brexit deal would not be put in the shredder. He is also resisting calls from the car industry in the UK and the EU for a 3-year suspension on tariffs, scheduled to come into force in January on electric car exports. Yeah, the car manufacturing industry in the UK has really suffered as a result of Brexit, and it's continuing to suffer because of the parts and bits that car UK manufacturers are trying to get their hold on, and it's just it costs more, and it's so much red tape, much more paperwork for them, and it's really hurting them. So UK manufacturing as an industry is suffering as a result of Brexit. It is understood he may have agreed to a 1-year suspension as a compromise. Lindner said Brexit had created obstacles in daily business life and was making trade with the UK more difficult. In the daily life of German cooperatives, there are new obstacles since Brexit, and I don't think the United Kingdom has benefited from Brexit, he said. Experts have said that even without a root and branch review of the Brexit deal, there are ways to reduce barriers. This is what many people have said, is that we can't eliminate it, but we can reduce the damage that is caused by Brexit, and it can be done. And that's what I believe, that should Labour get into power at the next general election, they will try to reduce that damage, and I think that's vital. The UK House of Lords identified 72 areas where improvements could be made earlier this year, including easier visa arrangements for touring, musicians and theatre performances, a return to the mutual recognition of qualifications for professionals such as accountants, and a loosening of the rules for visiting school children. Lindner's comments are the first ones from one of the EU's biggest economics to suggest the Brexit deal negotiated by Boris Johnson and David Frost it's also hurting EU businesses. There have been fears that the German economy has moved into a slow recession, with expert expectations that it would have shrunk by 0.4% this year as a result of high inflation, high energy prices, and a weak international trade. The government has predicted a growth of 0.4% for 2023 in its April forecast, but weakened in the industrial sector and the highest interest rate in a decade are spurring fears for another recession this year in the Eurozone's largest economy. Germany is the UK's second largest trading partner, according to UK government statistics released in September, accounting for 8% of the total UK trade. So there's another reason for the finance minister to be saying what he's saying as well. The daily cost of doing trade has changed, however, with customs and standard paperwork and certification needed after the UK left the single market, which, by the way, we didn't vote for on the ballot box. The car industry has called for a 3-year suspension for the pending tariff, but the EU is split. Its commissioner responsible for the internal market, Thierry Breton, recently told The Guardian that it could not offer special protections for one industry over another. Critics say the car industry is to blame, not the Brexit deal, for not accelerating the production of chemicals needed to make electric motor batteries and allowing Chinese rivals to steal and march on it. A UK government spokesperson said the Trade and Cooperation Agreement is the world's largest zero tariff, zero quota free trade deal. It secures the UK market access across key service sectors and opens new opportunities for UK businesses around the globe. Following the Windsor framework, both the UK and EU have publicly committed to maximising the opportunity of the TCA even further. I am optimistic. This is a good thing. That the German finance minister has spoken about this. I'd like to think that this is a good step in the right direction. Obviously, the current government that we have will not want to talk about the EU and want to talk about Brexit and want to kind of shy away from the issues from it that they have caused. Because at the end of the day, it's their party that basically negotiated the trade deal at the end of the day. They're the ones who made that decision. And it will be interesting to see what Labour's position is when they are in power. Not so much now, but what they are in power. And I just don't think, are they really going to let the economy really shrink as much as it's going to predict, as forecasts are predicting? Are they really going to let the manufacturing industry burn down? Because that is suffering as a result of Brexit, as it continues to plough on, and businesses continues to suffer, as well as many other aspects of the damage that Brexit has caused. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think of these wordings from the German finance minister? What does this say about Britain's relationship with the EU and perhaps with Germany? And what does this mean for Brexit? Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think. Like, share and subscribe as always. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to catch you all very, very soon.